Hello everyone, and thank you for stopping by. This is Marine, and I am back with a new Magic Iris card. I hope you like it. Before starting making the card, I just wanted to show you 3 cards I made using the new Magic Iris die set and add-ons. You can use a lot of Lawn Fawn stamps to create very cute scenes. There is no limit to your imagination. So here's a quick look at the supplies I used. Obviously, the Magic Iris die set and add-on, the simple Stitch Wavy border die set, and some stamp sets, Ahoy Matey, Wild for You, Fairy Friends, Gleeful Gardens, Critters in the Jungle, and Critters from the Past. Everything is listed below the video. I started by cutting my front panel using the cover plate die from the add-on, and I kept the circle in place using washi tape. And I wanted to change from my 3 previous cards, so I turned the panel to create a landscape layout. I started by covering the whole panel using Vintage Photo Distress ink. And then I added Ground Espresso Distress ink, starting from the circle towards the outside edges of it. But it wasn't dark enough to me, and the cave is generally pretty dark, so I added a little bit of Black Soot Distress ink, but just on the circle. I didn't go outside the edges. I protected the circle, and next I splattered water on the paper to add some texture to this plain background. I dried the water using a paper towel, and then I added more texture. I smooshed my Vintage Photo and Ground Espresso ink pads onto my glass surface, and then I used a thin brush to splatter the whole panel and this way bring more contrast and interest. And I did the same thing on the arrow tab, same inks and same texture. To ground my scene, I decided to create dirt borders, so I started by applying antique linen distress ink on both pieces. And next I added Vintage Photo Distress ink, but just at the top. A little bit of texture on those borders. Adding ink splatters would have been too much in my opinion, so I simply splattered drops of water. The cave needed a door, it just couldn't be a hole coming from nowhere, so I cut 5 strips out of wood grain cardstock to create planks. I colored them using antique linen and Vintage Photo Distress inks, and those elements were perfect to frame the cave entrance. Next, I moved on to the Magic Iris, and I started by cutting all the elements. I have 3 rings that I cut out of Ground Espresso cardstock. I have 3 sausage pieces. I have a tab, and also 3 stabilizers. Those elements are not noticeable at the end, so this is why I cut them out of scrap paper. So I kept one of the rings, and I used the flux capacitor die to create 3 holes and 3 stitch brackets into it. Off screen I colored the 3 sausage pieces as well as the tab. I didn't record it because I used the same inks as the ones I used for the circle on the front panel. So I took the sausage pieces and put them into the slits. I lined up those elements with the inside curve of the ring and used washi tape to keep everything in place. Next, I needed to add a glue dot on each X mark, but because of the distress ink, the glue dots didn't want to stick, so I simply used a rubber on those X marks. This way the glue dots could hang onto those spots. So 1 glue dot on each X mark. Next I put a second ring on top of the sausages and I pressed firmly to make sure everything was sticking well. I removed the washi tape that was keeping the first ring and sausages together, and I used that same tape to this time keep the first and second rings together. I flipped the ring over and attached the stabilizers on the bracket spots. I started by applying double-sided tape on those spots from the inside of the ring to the outside. I removed the backing paper and next I stuck the stabilizers, making sure to line them up with the inside curve of the ring. Again, I flip the ring over and I attach the tab at the right of one of the stabilizers. I lined it up with the inside curve of the ring and created a V-shape with the stabilizer. Almost done, I applied double-sided tape on the stabilizers and removed the backing paper. I put the last ring on top, making sure it was perfectly aligned, and I folded the stabilizers, not too tight, to finally keep everything together. I removed the washi tape and finally tried the magic iris to see if it was working nicely. Before assembling everything, I noticed that the iris wasn't dark enough compared to the front panel, so I simply added a little bit of black soot to fix it. Next, I applied liquid glue at the back of the arrow tab. I attached it on the iris tab, and finally trimmed off the little piece of tab that was peeking out. Next, I applied double-sided tape on the stabilizers, as well as liquid glue on the rest of the ring. I kept the iris closed and placed the circle behind the front panel. I made sure that everything was aligned, the middle circle and the arrow tab, and I pressed down to adhere everything perfectly. Next, I cut a 5 1/4 by 4 inches panel out of sunflower cardstock. I placed the front panel on top of it and tucked the circle in the middle. I kept the iris open, applied a whole bunch of foam adhesive at the back of the front panel, and then I stuck it to the sunflower panel. I cut a 5 1/2 by 4 1/4 inches stitch rectangle out of peacock cardstock. I glued this panel on a ground espresso card base, and then I stuck the sunflower panel on it using double-sided tape, and the entire base is finally done. A simple sentiment, happy birthday, that I stamped on one of the borders using jet black ink, and I stamped it twice to get a nice impression. Next, I attached the two borders, the first one using double-sided tape, and the second one using foam adhesive to bring more dimension to the scene. And then I finally attached the wood planks all around the iris using glue dots. Now to the coloring part. You saw it at the beginning, I used quite a few sets to create my scene. Mixing different sets to build cards is my favorite thing to do. When I get the general idea, I like to search through my stamp sets, wondering which image could fit and be perfect detail. When the coloring was done, I cut everything using the coordinating dies and attached the images, starting with the chest inside of the cave. I used a combination of glue dots, liquid glue and foam adhesive to stick everything on the panel. When I started the card, I thought that I would have enough room for both the boys and the crocodile, but no, so I decided to cut the hat of the boy's head and to give it to the crocodile. And to give the illusion of a one single image, I used my white gel pen to erase the bottom of the hat. And now the crocodile is the cutest pirate. The card is almost done, but when I have flowers on a card, I like to add a last final detail to them, a white Nuvo drop, to once again bring more interest to the scene. So that's it, this is the final result. Looks like the map was showing the good way to those cute pirates. I really hope that you like this new Magic Iris card. I love to make those cards, so be sure to see many more in the future. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time. Bye!